Stations of KUAM, proud sponsor of the 12th Festival of Pacific Arts, Guam 2016. What we own, what we have, what we share, united voice of the Pacific.
Closed captioning is brought to you by IT&E Life in Motion. KUAM News Headlines is presented by Calvo's Insurance, a legacy of trust, serving Micronesia since 1938. Matson Navigation, proud sponsor of FESTPAC 2016. Cars Plus, Dodge Challenger, the undisputed champion. IP&E, fueling excellence. McDonald's of Guam, I'm loving it. Pacific Solar, and King's Restaurant.
As Guam Democrats prepare to vote, coming up, we'll hear from Bernie Sanders himself and a representative from Hillary Clinton's camp.
Plus, the Guam VA director once again pulls money out of his own pocket, this time to pay employees.
And once again, municipal leaders have announced another venue for the upcoming Liberation Carnival. And with that, we say hapaday and good evening. If you're watching us live on KUAM TV or streaming us on YouTube, we thank you so much for tuning in. Well, our island is now in focus in the Democratic presidential race, as a party caucus will be held locally this weekend, which will decide who to support at the national convention in Philadelphia in July.
In exclusive interviews with KUAM, Bernie Sanders and the political director for the Clinton campaign are urging local Democrats to turn out and vote. Nestor Lecanto reports.
With just 12 votes, Guam may be one of the smallest delegations, but Bernie Sanders insists every one of them counts.
We have a path toward victory. It is a narrow path, and we need every delegate that we can find in every contest that takes place. So what happens in Guam is extremely important to us.
Sanders and Clinton are making last-minute pitches for support. Clinton campaign director Amanda Renteria.
I'm not sure if everyone knows, but she's actually been to Guam twice. And I think that kind of thing does make a difference when you're in the White House. She understands the issues. And, you know, over time, I know that she's worked with a lot of the leaders, you know, in the territory to make sure that she's doing right by the people of Guam.
On key federal territorial issues, Senator Sanders says Washington should cover unfunded mandates.
President Obama has introduced a plan to help all of the territories pay for the earned income tax credit. And I support that proposal.
On compact impact reimbursement, Clinton would seek local advice.
What I can say about that is Secretary Clinton will be a partner to figure out how do we deal with these complex issues, and certainly look to the leaders in Guam to help her through that.
I believe that the territories have got to be treated with financial respect, and that the federal government has an obligation to pick up that share of the responsibility that it in fact should. So, as is the case with your income tax credit, I believe the federal government has got to show a little bit more respect to Guam and the other territories.
On the Guam military buildup, Sanders said he would continue to support it as president. Renteria says Secretary Clinton has been a longtime proponent of this pivot to Asia.
She's incredibly excited that DOD was able to work with Guam on the 4 different pillars. And so, you know, again, she really does want to work in partnership with leaders, with DOD, and with everything that's happening there to make sure that we're doing right by Guam, doing right by the country. And I think everyone believes this is on a good path forward.
With 2 months to go before the convention, Sanders still trails Clinton, but fresh off a narrow victory in Indiana, he remains optimistic.
We have campaigned very hard. I think we have a shot to win it. We think that a lot of the other states that are coming up in terms of the primaries and caucuses are favorable to us. We think we're going to win a number of them. And I think we're going to see Secretary Clinton's lead dwindle and dwindle. And I would hope at the end of the process, we end up with more pledged delegates than she has.
The Guam caucus is set for Saturday at 10 a.m. at the Agana Shopping Center. For Guam's News Network, I'm Nestor Lecanto.
Donald Trump is now the presumptive Republican nominee for president, with Ted Cruz dropping out of the race today after losing in the state of Indiana.
From the beginning, I've said that I would continue on as long as there was a viable path to victory. Tonight, I'm sorry to say, it appears that path has been foreclosed. Together, we left it all on the field in Indiana. We gave it everything we've got. But the voters chose another path. And so, with a heavy heart, but with boundless optimism for the long-term future of our nation, we are suspending our campaign. But hear me now, I am not suspending our fight for liberty. I am not suspending our fight to defend the Constitution, to defend the Judeo-Christian values that built America. Our movement will continue. And I give you my word that I will continue this fight with all of my...
Now, Cruz did capture 36% of the vote in the Hoosier state to Donald Trump's 52%, all but assuring Trump would end up with the more than 1,200 delegates that he needs to be the nominee for his party.
They're not just taking the fight to court, but to Congress. The We the People Project has begun efforts to push an amendment to the U.S. Constitution to allow full voting rights for the more than 4 million Americans living in the U.S. territories. President and founder of the We the People Project, Attorney Neil Ware, says as residents of the U.S. territories prepare to vote in the upcoming primaries and caucuses, there is an important opportunity to stand up for the right to vote for president in November. Ware adds they're fighting both inside and outside the court to ensure that where you live does not affect your right to vote as a U.S. citizen. Ware is part of a legal team in a federal voting rights lawsuit.
In other news tonight, they've had their share of financial issues in the past, but it appears things have hit a new low as the administrator of the Guam Office of Veterans Affairs says more than a handful of his staffers have not been paid in months, forcing him to pay him thousands of dollars out of his own pocket.
Ken Quintanilla has a story.
I'm frustrated. I'll tell you, I'm very frustrated.
And it's easy to understand why. According to Guam Office of Veterans Affairs Administrator Martin Manglonia, at least 7 of his employees have not been getting paid.
Yes, they're not being paid by the local government, but I've been paying the salary every payday from my pocket. Because I've been paying my employee from my pocket due to the fact they have a family to feed.
In fact, he says he's already forked over $30,000 of his own money to see that his employees get paid.
When they get paid, they'll get reimbursement back.
Manglonia says some employees haven't been paid since September of last year. He says it comes down to internal issues and paperwork with the Department of Administration and BBMR.
The GG1 is already in the system. As a matter of fact, I don't know what's causing the delay.
Manglonia says he's even met with the governor about the matter. This entire process has left Manglonia feeling like he doesn't have the support of these 2 agencies.
It moves so slow. I work in different government. I'm really amazed how it works here. My main concern is BPMR and DOA. I thought we're on the same team, but I feel like I'm not getting 100%. The government is all for it. We talk about it. We had a couple of meetings, but I'm just getting lip service.
The Guam VA office has at least 14 employees. Manglonia assures the community that this matter has not hindered any of the services coming out of the Guam VA.
I got a good team now. It's unfortunate that, and I want to treat morale up. It's unfortunate that they're treated this way.
But this isn't the first time Manglonia has used money out of his own pocket. He says he spent at least $90,000 for the maintenance of the Veterans Cemetery due to inadequate funding. Last week, Veterans Oversight Chairman Senator Tom Addis said he was aware of the situation. He noted the problem stemmed from recruitment paperwork that was waiting to be approved before any employees could be paid. Addis, however, raised concern that these individuals were allowed to come on board in the first place without official paperwork. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Ken Quintanilla.
In response, the governor's director of communication says they were not aware that these individuals were not getting paid as the paperwork was just getting set up. She says initially Martin Manglonia had come to DOA and the administration asking for assistance to hire 7 people to either replace individuals who were let go or to fill in vacancies. She adds employees can only start working and getting paid once all the documents had been finalized. As for Manglonia paying almost $30,000 out of his own pocket, She says that is not something Adelup would have recommended because it falls outside of the process. She says these individuals will be getting paid once the paperwork is finalized.
Well, a provision has been included in other news in the National Defense Authorization Act to help recognize Asian American Pacific Islanders with the nation's highest award given to service members. Congresswoman Verdalio recently included language in the act directing the Defense Department to review cases of Asian American Pacific Islanders who did serve in the Army, Navy, Marine Corps, or Air Force during the Korean and Vietnam conflicts, and to possibly determine whether the distinguished awards granted should be upgraded to the Medal of Honor. Verdalio worked closely with veterans advocates, including retired U.S. Marine Corps Colonel Danny Santos.
But nobody gets burst. And I believe personally that it is incumbent upon us, all of us living, especially the veterans that are still alive, to recognize these two men that are still alive. And to me, it's a disservice to forget that, because what they did, what the 7 Samoans did in Vietnam is worthy of review. And when they shed their blood in Vietnam, they're no different than the blood of others.
The Colonel recognized both Veterans Affairs Office Director Martin Manglonia, who you heard from a few moments ago, as well as retired U.S. Army Sergeant Major John Bloss as the 2 surviving Chamorros who received the Distinguished Service Cross in Vietnam. The House of Representatives is expected to consider the full bill of the National Defense Authorization Act before the end of this month.
Nick Shoemake was denied his request to travel to Las Vegas, Nevada for the upcoming Electric Daisy Carnival and EDM Biz Conference. According to District Court Judge Joaquin Manabusan, he is bothered the travel appears to be more recreational than serious, as most requests to travel are health or employment related. Shoemake and his father Clifford, as well as Kimberly Casey Connor, were indicted in federal court for allegedly defrauding Medicare an estimated $11 million.
Well, Bree, speaking of court matters, former Guam Homeland Security employee Ricky Sanchez pleaded guilty to drug charges in district court today. He was under investigation by the federal government while still working at Homeland Security. He was linked to known and convicted drug dealer Francisco Arias. Court documents state that Sanchez was buying drugs from Arias, who lived in Las Vegas. The feds busted Sanchez after a package of drugs was mailed to him at his workplace in Agana Heights. Sanchez will appear for a status hearing on August the 4th.
It is time to break away, but still to come, a man who suffered a stroke and without money to return home gets much needed support from the community. That story and more when we return.
Stay connected to the world at home from everywhere you are. Get the KUAM News app for the latest in local news, videos, sports, streaming, Isla 63 AM, weather, and more. Available for free now at the iTunes App Store or Google Play.
When we face an uncertain path, when we struggle with life's challenges, and when the unexpected happens,
it's a beautiful day.
We rely on the people we trust,
It's a beautiful,
who we can always count on,
beautiful day.
and the ones who give us the most care throughout the years. Rely on Calvo's Select Care to give you the comfort and security you need
It's a beautiful day.
wherever you are. Calvo's Select Care, healthcare that's always there for you.
Did you know that when you purchase products that are made in Guam, you support our local businesses and entrepreneurs?
You allow creative individuals to pursue their dreams. You encourage people to imagine, and you inspire others.
Like me.
And me.
People like me.
And me.
And me.
So the next time you're in the market for something, look for products made in Guam. Let's support our local visionaries and allow them to inspire us and generations to come.
Spring into summer savings with Triple J Auto Group. Hot deals and up to $1,000 cash back just in time for summer spending. Get unbelievable deals in all 2015 and 2016 models. Hondas, Acuras, Fords, Mazdas, Lincolns, Volvos, Kias, and used cars. New cars as low as $98 per paycheck and used cars as low as $85 per paycheck. Now's the time to buy during Triple J's Spring into Summer sales event. Get pre-approved instantly at carsguam.com. Trade-ins welcome. Some conditions apply. See dealer for details. Triple J Auto Group. Customers first.
Follow KUAM News on Twitter or become a fan on Facebook to get all your daily headlines from Guam's News Network.
Hafide and welcome back to Primetime. Mayors are meeting in the middle when it comes to deciding the site for the upcoming 72nd Liberation Day Carnival grounds. As Crystal Paco reports, it's back to Barragata for carnival games, food, and fun.
Carnival foods, fun, and games won't be in Tumon after all.
We will be going back to Tizon for the 72nd Liberation festivities.
On Wednesday, the Mayor's Council of Guam made a unanimous vote to change venues. This after a prior announcement that the Liberation Day Carnival would be held at Governor Joseph Flores Beach Park, better known as EPAL Beach Park. MCOG Executive Director Angel Sablan.
And of course, EPAL, the carnival's been there before, but there's flooding problems, they say, when it rains. It's going to be all mud, traffic. They were concerned about all the emergency vehicles. Where would they pass if all the cars are parked along the sidewalk and parked everywhere in EPA? And then, of course, there's the preservation of the ancestors' bones that are below the grounds in EPA.
And concerns over the additional noise.
And then, of course, there's a lot of residents that live above the hill that were opposed to it. They didn't want to hear this pay red, pay yellow, pay blue all night long.
Other sites were considered, including Oka Point, the Paseo de Susana, and the new farmers market. Mayors even eyed a commercial property in Tamuning, but couldn't afford it. That's why they reverted back to Tizon, the site for the Liberation Carnival since 2012.
The Tizon location, actually, the only reason why we've invested there, we've put a lot of money into the buildings, such as paving and all that. The only actually difficulty with Tizon, and it still is right now, is the access. We had 3 entrances to Tizon before, now we're down to 1. And the military is actually going to start digging the ground to put their pipelines down.
Sablan says they'll be working with Governor DeCalvo and the U.S. Postal Service to ensure smooth flow of traffic. Also a concern is wastewater and sewage. As for carnival dates, that's yet to be determined, but mayors like Chalampago Ordet's Jesse Gogui want to push the days up, so visiting FESTPAC delegates can enjoy the carnival too.
It's an added attraction that they could potentially enjoy before they head home. And so I just say the earlier we can get the carnival up and running, after the 29th of May, the better.
Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Crystal Paco.
Hospitalized for several months without any family here to help him, a man without resources will finally be heading home thanks to generous support from the local community. Issa Baza has more.
After suffering from a severe stroke in January of this year, Eulogio Quito was discovered by his landlord and hospitalized at the Guam Regional Medical City for over 3 months. Dr. Tyler Arkless helped treat Quito throughout his stay.
Where it was bleeding into caused pressure to build up in the brain, and that probably, that would have killed him in short order.
Thanks to emergency neurology services, Quito is now in stable condition. However, he still has physical deficits and needs help with day-to-day activities. Unable to return to work and with no family here in Guam, the GRMC Social Services Department stepped in to help. Social worker Jean Dima Anao.
Mr. Quito doesn't have wife, no children, he doesn't have siblings. They're all deceased, and also parents are deceased.
His only remaining family is a niece and nephew in the Philippines.
We communicated with them, they're very much willing to take care of him. So we're just trying to find resources for him.
They've been so excited to try and get him back home. I understand they've sold things. They've come up with as much money as they could. And it became a real stumbling block.
We needed about $4,200. We were very much short of 1,200.
But within 1 hour of reaching out to the Filipino community of Guam, both FCG and Ramby's restaurant agreed to donate the remaining cost of his ticket home. President Nita Baldovino.
And that's the reason why there is the Filipino community. We are the hardworking volunteers of the association.
And we are very much
a case like this, we're open arms to help.
The moment I told Mr. Quito, he was actually very happy about that. And, he's crying about it, become very emotional about it. Right, Mr. Quito? Mr. Quito, you're going to go to your family, your relatives in the Philippines?
He will be medically transported to his family in Pampanga this Saturday. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Isa Baza.
In other news, in celebration of the dedication they provide the people of Guam through high quality and compassionate medical care, the week of May 8th through the 14th was proclaimed as National Hospital Week. Reps from the Guam Memorial Hospital, the aforementioned regional medical city, and the U.S. Naval Hospital were all in attendance and recognizing all their staffers who work every day to make hospitals a special place. This year's theme is Healthcare from the Heart, with a special legislative resolution also presented to the management and staff of all three hospitals.
Former Senator and Civil Service Commission Executive Director Tony Lamarena will be heading to the Department of Corrections. His first day as the new director at DepCor will be on June 20th. He replaces Jose San Agustin, who has announced his plans to run for senator. Lamarena has served in many cabinet positions under 3 governors. He is also a 3-term senator.
Well, we have got a huge basketball game coming up this weekend. It is the Guam Basketball Association's inaugural championship game, and Double D is on deck, and he has a preview of the 2 teams that will tip off. Stay tuned.
Hurry in to the GTA Smartphone Super Sale event. We've dropped our prices on our most popular smartphones, like the Samsung Galaxy S6 Edge starting at $49. Save up to $300 on the S6 Edge Plus and Galaxy Note 5. Or get the Galaxy S6 starting at free. But that's not all. Find more amazing deals on your favorite devices at the GTA Smartphone Super Sale event. Check us out before it's too late. GTA, your island, your network.
Now is the time, Guam. The Drive and Discovery event is going on now at Cars Plus and Mighty. Get the award-winning 2016 Hyundai Accent starting at just $11,995. That's right, $11,995. Or indulge in the completely redesigned 2017 Hyundai Elantra starting at $16,995. For fast credit approval, visit us online at carsplusguam.com. With quick and easy financing available, the time to buy is now. Come experience the Drive and Discovery event today at Cars Plus Hyundai, the official vehicle sponsor of FESTPAC. Cars Plus, driven by you.
Most fast food places use formulas to create their combos, but all that math doesn't always equal something tasty. At my place, you can get a mouth-watering sourdough bacon ranch combo. A full-size beef patty, bacon, and creamy ranch sauce on toasted sourdough bread, plus hot and salty fries and a drink for just $4.99. Because flavor always beats formulas. Sourdough bacon ranch combo, just $4.99 for a limited time. Combo's done my way.
When you reserve a party at Chuck E. Cheese's, it's guaranteed to be a blast! Blast off! And now, birthdays are more of a blast than ever! Because for a limited time, tickets in the Ticket Blaster are worth double!
So what's the next one up?
Says it's a Buick. Wow, that doesn't look like a Buick.
So your dad let you borrow the
Buick, Mr. Simmons. And it's got a 5-star overall safety rating.
I don't think that's what he's worried about. Bet you haven't seen anything like it.
It's a Buick.
I'm what you'd call an early adopter.
Now, get this 2016 Buick Verano starting at $19,995. Visit AutoSpot Buick today for great offers. We are your Buick dealer of Guam.
What's up, Guam? I'm Dave Delgado. Welcome to KUAM Sports. Thanks for watching. On the show tonight, we talk championship basketball with the Sushi Rockets, who are set to take on the AutoSpot Phoenix Suns in this year's GBA basketball championship game. I have that along with some golf and running news for you. Check it out. The championship game of this year's inaugural GBA Basketball League is scheduled for Saturday at the FD Phoenix Center. Tip-off is set for 7 p.m. between the undefeated Sushi Rockets and AutoSpot Phoenix Suns. The two teams met twice during the regular season, with the Rockets taking both meetings.
First time they were a little bit short-handed, but that's where we were able to capitalize on some of that, and we use our advantages, our height and our speed and our shooting was able to pull us away from the first game. Second time around, they had a lot more. They actually outsized us. They brought in a big boy, 6'10", Curtis Washington, that helped, sucking the defense into the paint, and that caused us to double team. And when we went man, that caused a lot of problems for us.
Finishing the regular season undefeated wasn't easy. It came down to veteran play on both ends of the court. The Rockets are a complete team with shooters and size inside. They also have a deep bench of players who have played together for several years.
When the score gets close and the time's running down, you start going to muscle memory, right? And a lot of us have been playing together so long that it feels natural, and we're not really thinking about it because we've been doing it, playing together so long, and just had a lot of situations where hopefully we don't get uncomfortable.
Kirk Long brings a wealth of experience to the team, having played in the Philippines for the PBA Developmental League. Long also attended school at Ateneo de Manila and stresses the importance of defensive play.
I feel that it's a defensive battle. I feel that in our 10 regular season games, we've just been able to come out and play team defense and help each other out a lot. And I know the Phoenix team has a lot of weapons. They're aggressive attack the basket. They have plenty of shooters. So it's important for us as a team to just communicate with each other and just help the helper and just come out with that defensive intensity and create turnovers that lead to a lot of our offense.
A fundraising golf tournament benefiting the Guam Junior Golf League program takes place on May 14th at the Onward Mangilao Golf Club. The cost is $250 per team. Players will receive ditty bags, light breakfast, drinks throughout the tournament, and lunch at the awards banquet.
It'll be two-person select shot with their alternate shots, and everybody tee off on the same, and everybody hit from the same spot. It just is a two-person select shot, and I know everybody familiar with that, and we're looking for everybody to have a great time, and they come out and enjoy it, especially on a beautiful golf course.
The mission of the Guam Junior Golf League is to promote the game of golf on Guam to juniors of all skill levels and to provide introductory educational rules, etiquette, and competitive programs.
We have a free clinic at Tumon Driving Range from 10 to 12 every Saturday. And if anybody wants to learn, they can come out there, and then if they like it, they can sign up for our program, which is not that expensive, and that's why we have the fundraiser to cut the price down on the kids.
The program is supported by top quality coaches and excellent venues, enabling junior golfers to learn the game and to compete globally.
We want to get the young kids started now and get them where they can really do great as they grow older. As they grow older, you'll find out that they can get off island and go play golf back in the States, or they can go to Hawaii, and plus help them with a good scholarship through college.
Mount Carmel Catholic Church third annual 5K Fun Run Walk takes place on May 14th. The event will help raise funds for church renovations. The race course will start at Chamorro Village to Alupan Cove and back. Showtime is at 5 in the morning with a go time scheduled for 6. Free t-shirts to the first 400 finishers. You can register at Mount Carmel Church Rectory or Hornet Sports. For more information, call 565-2136. Well, that's going to do it for sports. We're back right after this.
This is a cat, and this is a live photo of a cat.
Live photos are more than just photos. They come alive when you touch them. And then they go back to still when you let go. So every time you take a picture, you get more than just a photo. You get to relive the moment because it teleports you through space and time. I'm kidding. Time travel is dangerous.
Like the fellow once said, ain't that a kick in the head?
Welcome to the most social car we've ever designed. The all-new Nissan Murano. Nissan, innovation that excites. When you make something first, you can spell it however you want. Miller Lite, the original light beer. Spelled different because it's brewed different.
Every single day at hundreds of locations around the world, the USO strengthens America's service members by keeping them connected to family, home, and country. More than 3,500 military members visit our two-month center each month. Funding for USO services comes from private donors like you. Help us continue supporting our troops and their families by joining us at the 7th Annual Individual Callaway Double Peoria Format Golf for Our Heroes Tournament on Wednesday, May 11th at the Onward Telefofo Golf Resort. Call 647-4USO for registration and information.
Think green time now, and Issa's here to tell you about new solar technology that's expected to transform the energy market.
Think Green is presented by Pacific Solar and Photovoltaics, keeping Guam green one roof at a time. Call 632-4002 for more information.
It's common knowledge that solar energy is powered from the sun. But what happens at night? With new battery storage technology, the sun's energy can now be harnessed all throughout the day. Paul Shintaku is a resident of Barrigada Heights, who became one of the first residents on island to install both a solar and outback battery system last month. Mr. Shintaku had an interest in solar energy for several years, but what sold him was knowing that battery storage is now available. He attended an open house with Pacific Solar and Photovoltaics to see the battery system firsthand. He eventually installed a 38-panel system at his home for use during the day and a battery system for use at night. Installer Brian Hira.
Our outback system, what it does is that when the batteries are at full capacity, it'll provide for the house, and also whatever excess it has, it'll throw back into the grid. With Mr. Shintaku's system, he has two inverters. He has one inverter that's directly tied to the main power system, and then one battery backup power system. So he has 2 times more savings, basically.
What used to be a $600 to $900 power bill every month will now be cut in half, creating thousands of dollars of savings every year. He added that within weeks of installation, he put the system to the test after experiencing several power outages in his village.
In the event of a power outage, it supplies the house with power from the inverter.
So what's been his feedback so far?
From the owner, he's very happy with the system, very happy.
To learn more about solar or battery storage, you can contact Pacific Solar and Photovoltaics at 632-4002. With this week's Think Green, I'm Isa Baza.
Think Green is presented by Pacific Solar and Photovoltaics, keeping Guam green one roof at a time. Call 632-4002 for more information.
We're going to do something different tonight. We're going to read the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club, but we will do so in song.
All right. Happy birthday to Maria Jessup.
Isabella Rose Fuller, happy 15th birthday to you. I sound like I'm on Snapchat. From Mom Karina, Uncle Charles, Auntie Christina, and the family, we love you very much.
Happy birthday to Cassie Carbolito. Love the family.
Very operatic. Megan Ann McDonald, love your family.
Happy birthday to Ricardo C. Sablon.
All right, Irene Santos, it is your birthday today. That's my build of devotion.
Happy 18th birthday to Janae and Janelle Sayama.
Lucas Jude Johnson, happy 7th birthday. May you have a blessed and joyous birthday. Enjoy your special day. Love Nino Josh, Nina Leanne, Caleb, and the family. I was like emphasizing certain words, which is kind of singing.
Happy birthday to Sean and Nicholas.
And you can sing the last one as well because you're so good at it.
And happy belated birthday to Anthony Valoria coming from the family.
We hope we made your birthday extra special. We hope everybody watching this right now, eating dinner, you literally had, your soda or whatever your beverage of choice was and everything like that all over the place because we were happy to do it for you. Happy birthday once again, everybody.
And stay tuned. Up next is
Historiata.
Closed captioning is brought to you by IT&E Life in Motion.
Good day, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Historiata. We are now weeks away from the Festival of Pacific Arts. Thousands of people will be coming to Guam to celebrate what is called the Olympics of Culture. And as we near the opening ceremonies, we introduce you to another delegate representing Team Guam.
Hafaday, I'm Victor Gonzaga. I'm a portrait and wedding photographer here on Guam, and I'm also an instructor at University of Guam, and I specialize also in doing landscapes and cultural portraits. And so I'll be representing Guam as a delegate for the Festival of Pacific Arts in May, and I'm really looking forward to it. Should be an exciting time.
Victor's passion for photography started in high school using black and white film. On Guam, he started working for Laddie Magazine and the Pacific Daily News. Then in 1998, he became a freelance photographer, and in 2009 started teaching photography at the University of Guam. Victor also conducts workshops with Guma Mami, working with people with disabilities.
I like to, share my knowledge of photography and hopefully inspire new photographers into pursuing photography as an art. I like to use a variety of different cameras and formats. I have 35 millimeter, 120 and large format cameras. Then I also have digital SLRs too. And but I think starting out learning photography, it's easier to use a digital SLR, and that way you get immediate feedback so you can see what you're doing right, what you're doing wrong, and it's much faster to learn that way. Although with film, you learn your lessons very quickly because, if you ruin a roll of film, that's money down the drain too. So, it's more motivation to get it right. I also like to experiment with digital too. So doing different types of digital techniques. Like right now, I like to do spherical panoramas, which are like what I call like little planets. So that's something that I'm working on now. So it's kind of evolved from like very traditional to more modern techniques. But I still go back to the traditional style too.
Shooting pictures for years, Victor says photography is a great way to record memories like a journal.
Like if you look back on like your Facebook or Instagram feed, you look at your photos and it's like a recording of your life. So, and remember things that you enjoyed, and, you take pictures of things that mean a lot to you and people that mean a lot to you. So I think, it has a lot to do with memories and how you felt when you were in a certain place. So I think that's what makes photography special. And then you get to share those feelings with everybody else and communicate with other people. And of course, now with the internet, it's all around the world that you get to communicate that.
Victor is excited about the memories he'll be making in the upcoming Festival of Pacific Arts.
This is my first time attending FESTPAC, but I had some work that was displayed in the Solomon Islands in the last FESTPAC. So I was able to submit artwork for them to the delegates to bring with them to be displayed there. So just that was exciting for me to be able to share. But also, you know, I'm looking forward to meeting other photographers here on Guam, you know, from all around the Pacific, and also other artists too, because, you know, art in general inspires me, not only photography, but, you know, the traditional arts and, you know, all the visual arts too. So I'm really looking forward to just taking it all in and sharing also my artwork too. My artwork that I'm going to be showing is mostly pictures that I've taken all around Guam in a lot of remote areas, so a lot of landscape, things like that. You know, I always like to photograph around sunset time, so I like the mood that it gives me, and that's when all the colors come out, and it's a, you know, beautiful scene. So, you know, I like to share the beauty that we here, you know, enjoy on Guam every day. So it should be interesting to see, you know, how it compares to the beauty that comes from other islands too. You know, we try to show what's unique about Guam and, you know, set it aside from other islands. So, or set it apart rather from other islands.
Victor is hoping everyone comes to their exhibit during FESTPAC to check out the snapshots of Guam's life and culture.
During FESTPAC, we'll be displaying at the Cathedral Museum, and that's where the visual arts is going to be held. But there'll be also displays other places too. And some of the other artists will have photography along with their artwork. So I know Simeon Palomo, who's doing floral arts, is going to be displaying his photographs that he records his artwork with. And then also Philip Sablon, who's a weaver and a tattoo artist. He's going to be displaying photographs as well. So there'll be a lot of photography displays.
Still to come on eHistoriata, we'll introduce you to another well-known photographer ready to represent Guam during FESTPAC.
Hurry in to the GTA Smartphone Super Sale event. We've dropped our prices on our most popular smartphones, like the Samsung Galaxy S6 Edge, starting at $49. Save up to $300 on the S6 Edge Plus and Galaxy Note 5. Or get the Galaxy S6 starting at free. But that's not all. Find more amazing deals on your favorite devices at the GTA Smartphone Super Sale event. Check us out before it's too late. GTA, your island, your network.
Dunklin Asituus Maasi for watching eHistoriata. We introduce you now to another visual artist representing Team Guam.
My name is Steve Hardy. I'm a photographer for 18 years, and I'm a delegate for FESTPAC.
Steve started photography when he was 6 years old after receiving a camera as a gift from his brother-in-law.
Since then, I just like taking pictures, but during that time, it was still film, so nothing was digital. And I just learned my craft from working at different establishments and also like magazines and publications. And I was also like the assistant photographer until I became the main photographer for the magazine. So I decided to have my own studio. I was also working for a film processing company, which was Price Costco at that time. And I was a photo lab supervisor. And that's when I started to meet all the other photographers on island, because they would develop their films in my lab. And then after that, when it closed down, so then I went ahead and applied at different publications, and I was an assistant photographer for them. And then I became the main photographer when, because it was a Japanese company. So the guy left, and I kind of like took over the place. And so other people started seeing my work. I shot for Directions Magazine at that time, and then GU Magazine. And then now I cater to Island Time Magazine, plus another magazine just recently in the market. It's called the Gomania Magazine. And so I'm working, that's my current project.
Steve says photography allows him to express himself.
I paint with light. Other people paint with a brush, but my tools are just light and camera. So pretty much if you know the essence of lighting your subject, type of day, and you always get the perfect shot, even though if it's like late at night. So most of my craft I learned through other photographers. I've went to a couple of seminars because since digital came out, so a lot of these professional photographers in the States are having their own like 3-day seminar, and I attended a couple of those. So when I attended it, it's almost the same thing. I already know what they're teaching. So it's pretty much you just gotta learn the basics first, and then you just modify it to the type of image you're trying to capture. Since I learned from film, I adopt that through my way of shooting now with digital. I try not to do much with editing. So for example, if I shoot like a portrait or a product shot, I make sure all the background's clean. I try to minimize the wrinkle in the shirt. Make sure that hair is perfect. And then, you use different diffusers to light up, the face. So, so it'll either close up their pores or, just like shadow effects on their face. So I try not to use a lot of Photoshop or, photo editing. And it'll be much quicker to give your images to the client rather than just, relying on, I'll take care of Photoshop. Oh, I'll take care of the computer. I don't think that's how photography now should be taught.
The Festival of Pacific Arts on Guam will be Steve's first.
We have a set areas to photograph, and also we have a gallery that's going to be up. So we'll see their work and they'll see our work, and then it's just exchanging each other's ideas and and how they approach their culture, and how they how do we take pictures of of people in their island or their country. It's pretty much the same thing. I think it's mostly just a lot of respect, because you just can't take a picture and because you want to, you know what I mean? You have to make sure that you don't violate anything in their culture. So that'll be interesting. That's one of the things I'm going to look out for. I'm just excited to be part of the team, the Guam team. The first time I heard that they were coming to Guam, I just want to make sure that I was on board from the beginning, and I'm glad that I was selected as a delegate. And I won't get this experience in the next 30 some years from now. So I think it's an honor to represent Guam, and I hope I make the people proud of my work, and I'm going to represent Guam the best of what I know, and I'm going to make sure that when the delegates leave, they're going to be like, wow, Guam's a beautiful place.
Stay tuned. eHistoriata continues after the break.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
Welcome back to eHistoriata. Our next visual artist goes great depths to get the job done.
Hi, I'm Tim Rock. I'm an underwater photographer, and I've been doing it for about 35 years. And I'm a delegate for the Guam Festival of the Pacific Arts.
Tim's love for diving and underwater photography started while on R&R during the Vietnam War. He said his very first dive changed his life.
I saw all the beautiful corals and the beautiful colors, and I said, I really have to do this. I went back to college after I was in the Army. Became a broadcast journalist and worked in television news for quite a few years. And then one day in the back of Broadcast Magazine, I saw an ad for Guam, that they had an opening in Guam. I'd continued the diving. I'd learned, I got my certificate, and I was going to Mexico and the Bahamas, but I lived in the Midwest, so it was kind of hard for me to become a good underwater photographer. So what I wanted to do was live someplace where I could, go diving or snorkeling in the morning, take underwater pictures, and then go to work. And so I went, wow, Guam sounds like it's good. So it worked out. I came out here to work as the photo chief for Guam Cable TV, and I worked there for about 3 or 4 years. And then I worked for the Pacific Daily News, doing the Islander magazine on Sundays for about 10 years after that. And during that time, that's how I kept shooting. I started traveling around all the Micronesia islands and started writing diving guides. And it's become my life, become a profession. So it's kind of the dream come true.
Shooting now for close to 4 decades, Tim admits underwater photography presents some obstacles.
It's really challenging because underwater things are always changing. The water's always moving, and the fish are always doing something. It's kind of like a walk in the forest, on steroids or something like that. So I've never been bored with my time underwater. Once you get to know what some of the creatures do and understand what the corals are and understand what the ocean's doing, well then, every kind of trip or, venture into the sea becomes pretty exciting. You just want to keep gaining knowledge and, watch behavior. And so it's really been something that I've been able to pursue, all these years and not get bored.
Guam serves as his base as he travels around the world.
And then you've got, kind of a candy store after that. Yap has its manta rays, and Palau's got the beautiful rock islands with all their drop-offs and fish. And, we can get to the Philippines really easily. And that place is really growing now and really starting to get popular with underwater folks. So, and then, of course, we had all the flights to Bali for so many years. I did 3 or 4 books, for Bali diving and Indonesian diving. We just finished one on Raja Ampat last week. So it just keeps continuing, yeah. Or if you want to take great white sharks, you have to travel down to Baja in Mexico or down to South Africa. And so it starts getting more involved the more you get into it, but the rewards are really great too. So you get to combine travel, culture, and diving all in one profession.
You've probably seen his work from books he's produced.
In Guam, I like, our marine preserves are so nice now. I liked it well enough that I did 2 books about them. And so which were pretty much just kind of personal projects that later got support of the community. When it came time to print up the books, I did, you know, a Kickstarter campaign, and people, you know, jumped on board and encouraged me, and it was really, you know, very heartening to see that people cared that much about our marine preserves. So I really like going to even just snorkeling in Tuman, or, you know, going over the reef at Gun Beach, you know, diving around the bomb holes in PD.
This won't be Tim's first Festival of Pacific Arts.
I went to the one in Palau, and it was really exciting. I've also been to the Solomons studying tattooing, and I've been to a good number of the islands that are involved just for my underwater photography. We go to Tonga for whales, and we go to Fiji for bull sharks, and so a lot of the nations, I'm very excited to see them come and you know, do their different dances and that sort of thing. I was actually stranded on an island in the Solomons, Northern Solomons, and got to see in Palau some people from that island at the last FESTPAC. And, you know, I recognized the dance, and it's very unusual to see a dance from that island. So, you know, it was pretty exciting. And, you know, the FESTPAC, every day there's more dances, more things are going on, and it just gets better and better. So I'm very excited to see it on Guam.
Stay tuned to eHistoriata. Up next, we'll introduce you to another member of the diaspora delegation.
Join the Guam Visitors Bureau along with the Pacific Asia Travel Association for the PATA Annual Summit May 18th to the 21st at the Dusatani Guam Resort. Meet visitor industry experts from around the world, receive the latest industry trends, and network to help your business grow. Seating is limited, so register today for your chance to participate in this world-class event. To register, visit pata.org or call GVB today.
Ruby Tuesday now gives you more for lunch. Endless trips to the Fresh Garden Bar, plus add-ons, mini combinations, and even new meal options. It's the new lunchtime menu, available Monday to Friday until 2 p.m., only at Ruby Tuesday.
Now is the time, Guam. The Drive and Discovery event is going on now at Cars Plus and Mighty. Get the award-winning 2016 Hyundai Accent starting at just $11,995. That's right, $11,995. Or indulge in the completely redesigned 2017 Hyundai Elantra starting at $16,995. For fast credit approval, visit us online at carsplusguam.com. With quick and easy financing available, the time to buy is now. Come experience the Drive and Discovery event today at Cars Plus Hyundai, the official vehicle sponsor of FESTPAC. Cars Plus, driven by you.
Welcome back to eHistoriata. In partnership with the Faces of the Chamorro Diaspora group on Facebook, we introduce you to another delegate returning home to Guam to represent our island in the Festival of Pacific Arts.
Guam si baba, cow cow diddy doo. Guam si baba, from South Carolina now. From Malingonga, last name Artero. I'm humbled that I've been selected from the thousands of delegates, diaspora ambassadors that are abroad. Yeah, we're ambassadors because if you've never been to Guam and you don't know about it firsthand, we're the people out there who introduce you to our culture, our people, our food, Guam all together. I'm headed home for FESTPAC, so many things to do. Come with us to FESTPAC, I know you like it too. We're Caliquin, Sanguien, and some Bernardo too. Have a good time. See you there.
And that's a wrap. Thanks so much for watching another edition of ES Storiata. We'll see you next week.